Hey everybody! I want to talk about your breast and a mastectomy. Yes, that's right. If you're watching this video, you probably are curious, what is a mastectomy? A mastectomy is the removal of the breast tissue. There are different kinds of mastectomies. You can get a single done, you can get a double done. There's skin sparing, there's nipple and skin sparing mastectomy. Why would you ever have one? If you have been diagnosed with breast cancer, your oncologist may have suggested it to you. Another option is a lumpectomy, which you keep your breast, they go in and they take the tumor out, and everything stays intact. There are some factors that go into play of why you just can't get out easy and get that lumpectomy. Some of the factors are how big the tumor is. Is there more than one tumor? Where is the tumor located? Also, have you been tested positive for the BRCA1 or BRCA2 gene mutation? If so, a mastectomy is definitely going to be recommended. You can get a single mastectomy or you can get a double. Why do you choose one or the other? That is a personal decision. So if you have cancer cells in one of your breasts, you can get a mastectomy done in one breast, and the other breast will stay just as is. You will have to take in consideration your breasts are going to look different after surgery. And that also depends, maybe you don't want reconstruction. So maybe you're just going to have a mastectomy done. You'll have one real breast and then nothing there. Or you can get an implant in. Why get a double mastectomy? If you have a tumor in each breast, like I did, that's a reason to get a double mastectomy. Also for preventative measures, if you've had a tumor in one of your breasts, there is a chance you can get a tumor in another breast in the future. So some people like to do it for preventative measures. Maybe you have not been diagnosed with breast cancer, but it runs in your family, or you have tested positive for the BRCA1 or BRCA2 gene mutation test. And I have a video on that if you do not know what that is. You may want a peace of mind and have a double mastectomy. That is what Angelina Jolie made famous about the BRCA1 because she decided to have a preventative surgery. So I'm going to share a bit of my story with you because the whole thing was a huge deal for me. When I was diagnosed with breast cancer, I did find out beforehand I am BRCA1 gene mutation positive. So my genes in my breast, the BRCA genes, which we all have a mutation in them. So they're not always fighting off those bad cancer cells. I did have a tumor I found out I had a tumor in my left breast. Because I was BRCA positive, my surgical oncologist recommended a mastectomy to me. I started Googling and researching because I had never had a major surgery before. I was completely terrified, and I also didn't know what it would look like, and I was not prepared to lose my breast. These are all huge. It's a huge deal, and that's why I want to take time to talk to you about it. So I was trying to find every possible way I could to not have a double mastectomy. And then I ended up finding out I had a tumor also in my right breast. That was the ticket for me right there. That's when I knew, okay, I'm gonna have the surgery. But up until that point, it was really hard for me to make that decision. Looking back, if I knew what I know now, and if there's nothing I could have changed and I was gonna get cancer anyway, would I have a preventative double mastectomy? Absolutely yes, because chemotherapy is no joke. But we can't predict the future and we don't have a crystal ball. So you have to really meditate on it, talk to your doctors, talk to your counselors or therapists if it's something you're struggling with deciding on what to do. So now that it's past me and it's been a year in August, September, I'm just going to help myself out. It has been a year and a half since I had a double mastectomy with reconstruction. And I am happy that I chose that path. Why am I happy I chose that path? I've done what I could to prevent that from coming back, along with me living a very healthy lifestyle. I also chose to have reconstruction. Am I happy that I chose to have reconstruction? I am, for vanity reasons. I wasn't ready to give up my womanly figure. And that's something that I really did care about. So that is one thing that you will focus on. Do you want to have implants? And that was hard for me because I've heard about implant poisoning. I wasn't sure to get silicone or saline implants. And I felt like hundreds of hours of research on that, on should I get saline, should I get silicone? And then when I met with my plastic surgeon, he said, you need to have silicone. He made that decision for me. And he also shared with me that a saline implant actually has silicone around, I guess the rim of it is holding it together. So there's silicone in it anyway. He assured me that the implants aren't like they used to be when, and was that in the 80s maybe, whenever there were some problems. And I really like my plastic surgeon and I trust him. And as of now, I'm still very happy that I had the implant surgery, the reconstruction surgery with implants done. And I am very thin, so that does cause a bit of a problem with implants. I will share with you, I have not had a lot of extra fat for them to put in my implants, which they will do a lot of times when you have a double mastectomy. It's called fat grafting. Sometimes people will have the fat removed from their belly, from their thighs, and that's an extra recovery period because you're having surgery in more than one place. For me, not an option right now. I don't have the extra fat because I do have some rippling since I am very thin, and that's why I'm bringing this up. But also, I'm not ready to have another surgery. And when I'm wearing a bra or a bathing suit, you cannot see the rippling. And I am, at this point, comfortable with my body. So that is a question you have to look yourself in the mirror and ask, can I live with the way my breasts look now, or do I have to have surgery? When I look myself in the mirror, I'm like, yes, I'm good. I can live with this. If you know someone that has been diagnosed with breast cancer or someone that is thinking about a preventative surgery, please share this video and my YouTube channel with them. Also, you may want to check out the video of what do you do when you've been diagnosed with cancer. That'll come up next. You can click, I think, right here if you want to play that video. So leave me comments. Let me know if if this video helped you, what you've been experiencing going through this process, and I will see you next week.